And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show has action out of the AL Central. It's the Cleveland Guardians going up against the Kansas City Royals. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. And Chris, we've got an opportunity to watch one of the true superstars of the sport, Patrick Conley. Always exciting to see him in action, and it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boog, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. And this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go, and towing the slab in this one, Asa Lacy. What should we keep an eye on here?
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Ground ball left side into the outfield, base hit, and the leadoff man aboard.
Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. The next offering misses. 2-2.
2-2.
Dominguez aboard here at first with nobody out. Next one misses, and the count's full.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Kicks and deals. Out to short. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. The throw in. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Batting third.
Here's some real power at the plate. Patrick Conley. Hard hit left side. Dives and he can't hang on. He doesn't have a play and a run scores.
Picks himself up an RBI. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. The pitch. That misses the zone, and now 3-2.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
And down on strikes he goes, and there's one down.
Boog, he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him look. That was just nasty.
The first
Here's Josh Bell.
23. Josh Bell.
Got him. And 2 away now.
That right there is one of those breaking balls that you swing through and you feel like you should have done something with it or at least spoiled it away. But when it's breaking in on you like that, if the spin is tight enough, it can actually tie you up.
Next pitch is popped up, and he boots it. Safe at first as they can't make the play. 2 outs, bases full. This is Dylan Carlson. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
And a pitch. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Pulls it in on the run. And that's the inning. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Guardians 1 and the Royals nothing.
Well, come on, dance a little, what's it, come on.
Bottom of the first, getting the nod on the mound, Aaron Civale. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out, and not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2. every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
Next offering is fouled back. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Righty to the plate. And he chases that one. And that's the first out. Luis Guillorme getting ready to hit.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
Guillorme.
The pitch. And that one is lifted in the air. Rosario makes the grab. 2 down. All right, let's take a look at the lineup. Already trailing by a run in this one. They'll be looking to get on the scoreboard early on as well.
Well, it's just the 1 run, so not too big a hill to climb. But, yeah, if they can answer back in this inning or at least in the next couple, that'll maybe settle everyone into this ball game, and that includes their own starter on the mound.
2 outs, base is empty. And the batter now, Frank Schwindel. On the ground, right side. Whips it to first. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Royals go down 1-2-3, and it remains 1-0. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, stepping in the long ball threat, Gary Sanchez. Next pitch inside. Now 2 balls and a strike. And here it comes. Strike 2. Time to check on our umpires. Earl Hendricks calling balls and strikes.
Yeah, well-liked umpire, Boog. Pretty consistent with his zone, so if you're familiar with him and how he works, you won't get too surprised by anything. Sometimes he'll give a little bit off the corner, but nothing too crazy at all.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 1 away.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere, and it's not foul.
And now it's Ahmed Rosario. Line drive, base hit.
Up next for Cleveland.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the center fielder, Jason Dominguez. Ball to strike. And that's downstairs and outside.
2-1's the count.
The pitch. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Coming on is Pham to make the play. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Man at first. Here's Jose Ramirez. And Cleveland on top 1-0. In the air, right field, Grossman. Under it. Makes the catch. That is the inning. 1 left for the Guardians, but they still lead it 1-0. And welcome back. The batter now, Javier Baez. The pitch. Good eye right there.
2-2.
Stays alive. And down on strikes. That's one out the bottom of the second.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
And now it's Jonathan Schoop. Here comes a pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and it drops in. So a man aboard now with one away.
No, they didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. You'll take those group hits off the end of the bat all day long. Doesn't mean you put a great swing on it, but hitters deserve to get a lucky hit every now and then.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. And he deals. Now one miss. The count 2-1. Line and a base hit into right. And that's going to get into the corner. Lead runner holds at third. So 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. Now it's Robbie Grossman. 3-1 now. And he walked him.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
Stepping in, Tommy Chang. Next offering is fouled back.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And a pitch. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third with 1 out. Couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up. And that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. That helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Swing and a ball popped up. Base hit. 1 run in already. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. We head on now to the top of the third. All tied 1-1. Welcome back. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Patrick Conley. So now 1-2. Kicks and fires.
2-2.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 3. The wind of the pitch. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. That's back there. Got it! Great leaping catch.
Man, he hammered that one to center. I thought it was out of here, but Wynn just absolutely killed it.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Next pitch misses, and it's 2-1. There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. And it's off the wall. And he's there at third with a triple.
Love how he let that ball travel,
Now
trusted his hands.
first
Nice
baseman,
job of going the other way.
Josh Bell.
Josh Bell at the plate now. The pitch. And fouled off. Tied up here in the early going. Chases that one out of the zone. 2 out.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to
Now
step
batting.
up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2 out at bat coming up now.
How do you justify your passion?
Now it's Oscar Mercado. Reached on an infield single his first time. Fouls one off. 2-2. Oh, now this one gets away at the plate, and the runner holds. On the ground, base hit and a run in to score.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
And up next for Cleveland, Dylan Carlson. And a pitch. And that one almost got him. Kicks and deals. Swing and a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
And the batter now, Gary Sanchez. Struck out swinging his first time. And a count 1-2. First and second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Good job at damage control right there. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and the home team down a run.
Gotta run a stand. Give me a chance. I got my bands up. 20s, 50s, 100s in my hand. VIP, I'm cooling like a fan. I ain't here for.
As we go to the last of the third, here's Tommy Pham. And the right-hander deals. And now 2-2. The 2-2. And a swing and a miss. 1 out. Here's Luis Guillorme.
The designated hitter, Luis Guillorme.
The wind of the pitch. In the air, out towards left center. Dominguez makes the play, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, number 18.
2 outs, base is empty. Frank Schwindel steps in for the Royals.
I spend my day chasing my beat in my head, and it's stuck in shots around the corner.
And the pitch. Check swing, but he went too far. And the count 1-2. Righty delivers. Got him looking. Inning over. Royals bats are quiet there. And they trail it here 2-1. Back here in Kansas City, start of the fourth, stepping up for the Guardians, Ahmed Rosario. The pitch. Line drive, makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Up next for Cleveland, the center fielder, Jason Dominguez.
Jason Dominguez digs in for the Guardians. 1 for 2. Next pitch is popped up. Schwindel makes the catch. 2 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. The wind and the pitch. And a foul ball.
This batter has to understand his job is to get on base however he can. If he gets hit by a pitch, if he walks, maybe even singles, but you want to get the heart of the order up to the plate.
That's to third. Sends it to first, and that is that. Guardians fail to score as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Back here at the ballpark, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Javier Baez. And the righty deals. That one fouled off, 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. 1 away. Jonathan Schoop steps in for the Royals. 1 for 1. He singled to left his first time through.
Go!
One down, base is empty. And now it's even up.
Now there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Two down. Foul ball. Smash to the left side. Tosses across the first. 2 up, 2 down.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Eugenio Suarez up to hit down. The 2-1.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
And that's ball 4.
Ball 4. Runner takes the base.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
1-1 now. Suarez, the runner at first with 2 gone. Ripped on the ground to second. Rosario tosses to first. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. So 1 left for Kansas City. They're down 2-1. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, new inning getting started. Stepping in, the slugging shortstop, Patrick Conley. You talk about the power and the speed together.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up, making his way through the minor leagues, and quickly at this level, an impact player.
And a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Nice job going the opposite way with it, letting the ball travel and not allowing the barrel to hook around the ball. It's so frustrating when you see a good pitch and your hands roll over. It was on the outside part of the plate, and he approached it perfectly.
Next offering misses, and it's 2-1. Lacy checks on first. Back in there standing. And a pitch. Pulled down the line. This one hammered, but it's foul.
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that, but doesn't fool the hitter with that breaking ball. Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes, and now one away.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it can take away your...
There goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike, throw to second, and he's out.
That goes to show you stealing a base is a tough thing to do and far from a sure thing, even with big-time speed. It's not easy to catch him, but that was a great catch and throw, quick, not rushed, and accurate.
In the air out to center, Chang moving back for this one. Puts the squeeze on that one, and that will end the inning. And welcome back. And here is Tommy Chang. Swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander kick steals. And now the count is even.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And the 2-2. On the ground to the left. Ramirez sends it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
The catcher, number 4, Will Griffin.
And next up for the Royals, Will Griffin. And a 1-2. Got him. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the left fielder, Tommy Pham. Here's the 2-2. Hard on the ground to first. It's in and out of his glove, but they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. Nothing doing for the Royals, and our score remains 2-1. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. So in now for Cleveland, Oscar Mercado. And now the lefty. Well struck left field. That's back there. Can't get there, base hit. Now around second, going for third. Throw, and it gets away. And the Royals manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Asa Lacy is done, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Hirokazu Sawamura. And he'll do his best to keep this close.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and we get a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
And up next for Cleveland, Dylan Carlson. Left-hand batter waits. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Mercado at third with nobody out. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Chang makes the grab. Runner tags for home. The throw is offline and he's in to score. It's 3-1.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
And Gary Sanchez at the plate.
I mean, these guys know they have to get going out of the gates, but you're not going to hear a skipper. You're not going to hear people really say that.
Looks like a pinch hitter for the Guardians. Bo Naylor.
Because this game's hard enough, and you try to minimize the pressure that you put on yourself or that you take in from outside. So, sticking to the plan, the process every day, coming in, doing your work, making the adjustments you need to make, and just focusing on the task at hand that day.
Ripped on a line. Grossman settles under it and makes the catch. 2 down.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Ahmed Rosario.
2 outs, base is empty. Stepping up for the Guardians, Ahmed Rosario. Right-handed reliever. Fouls one off. 2-2. That's inside. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. Little slider action.
And down on strikes he goes. Out number 3. 2-3-4 due up in the home half of the 6th. Guardians 3 and the Royals 1. Staying in the game on defense, Bo Naylor. He takes over behind the plate to do the catching after entering the game as a pinch hitter. Bottom of the inning, now the number 2 hitter, Luis Guillorme. The wind to kick the pitch. Good eye right there.
3 balls, no strikes.
The 3-1. Swing and a ball lifted left field. 1 up, 1 down.
The batter, number 18.
Frank Schwindel steps in for the Royals. The pitch. And a count 1-2. That one missing inside. Righty to the plate. And another ball. So now 3-2. Popped up. And there are 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop, Javier Baez.
Now it's Javier Baez. And here it comes. And a swing and a miss there.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity.
And the throw to first is there to put an end to the inning. We're through 6 full. Guardians 3 and the Royals 1. Left-hander out of the bullpen, Eric Ramirez. It's his job to keep his team in the game.
Oh, he's having an excellent season so far. ERA is under 2. A lot of flexibility coming out of the bullpen.
Back here in Kansas City, and now here's a speed threat, outfielder Jason Dominguez. The 2-1. That's a laser base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
And there's something you don't see very much in today's game, the pitch out. Action in the pen down there. Anthony Kay preparing to come on if needed. Dominguez gets his lead at first with nobody out. Next pitch is inside, and the count is 3-1. Pickoff throw. Dominguez back in standing. Out there to center. Chang on the move. Brings it in with a nice running grab. 1 down.
Now batting, shortstop, Patrick Conley.
Patrick Conley digs in for the Guardians. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
The pitch.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
And a pitch. And it's filled up.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
At the belt and fires. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Chang, he ranges to his right. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Shohei Ohtani. Here's a 1-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And it's fouled away. And he deals. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The pitch stays alive. Swing and a miss, and that is that. Guardians lead one as the lead remains 3-1.
7th inning stretch.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here is Jonathan Schoop.
I'm in my zone now. Really don't slow down. I'm grown now. Yeah, I'm on now. I'm dropping the top. I'm skirting off. I'm in a foreign now. Magic City, bring an umbrella. It's pouring down. Ice box, flip, drip, drop.
The other way, and a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Nobody out, runner at first. And he hits a ground ball right side, sizzling on its way to the outfield. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Back-to-back base hits. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
Righty delivers. Got him looking. So he's gotten deep into this game, and at least so far, not showing a ton of signs of fatigue.
The center fielder, Tommy Chang.
2 on, 1 out. Tommy Chang now at the plate. And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Aaron Civale out of the game. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. Keenan Middleton on to pitch here, and he'll work on holding this lead.
Number 0, Middleton.
Schoop, the lead runner out at second. Suarez at first, 1 gone. That one fouled off, 2-2. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Naylor pulls that one down, and there's 2 away.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Will Griffin. The pitch. And a swing and a line drive into right field. That's a hit. Right past his coach, headed for the plate. Throw home, not in time. The run scores. And they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Brett Phillips now in the game as he comes in as a new right fielder. Next to hit, Tommy Pham. Swing and a ball popped up. That one gets down for a hit. Runner around third. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over.
Well, I can understand why they tried to force the issue and tie up this ball game, but wow, nicely done from the defense there to cut him down at the plate and preserve the lead. That's a big-time play.
So a lefty out of the pen, Anthony Kay. He's pitching on 2 days rest.
Number 47, Anthony Kay.
Ready to begin the 8th. So in now for Cleveland, Josh Bell. And a 1-1. That one ran inside, almost got him. Next offering in the dirt. 3-2 now. Little bouncer out in front of the plate. To first, out on a bang-bang play, but he made it close.
Now batting, the right fielder, Brett Phillips.
And up next for Cleveland, Brett Phillips. The 1-1. And it's strike 2. Here comes a pitch. And that's outside. 2-2 now. And down on strikes. 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Dylan Carlson digs in for the Guardians.
The left fielder, Dylan
The 1-1.
Carlson.
And there's a ball.
2-1.
That one ripped. And now maybe extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Bo Naylor at the plate now. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Carlson at second with 2 down. Next offering is downstairs.
Count is full.
Cleveland up a run, looking for more. And that's just foul. Three-two on the way. That one the other way. Can't get there. Base hit. Run comes in from second. It's 4-2. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Just one of those at-bats you almost hate to see come to an end. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Now, great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Joel Payamps will take over here. A runner on second to deal with. He'll do his best to keep him there. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Now he breaks his bat. Fires over to Schwindel, and that is that. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now 4-2.
Gotta make this life go paradise, so I go paranormal like paradise. But my mojo right.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. James Karinchak trying to protect this lead. Welcome back. Bottom of the 8th. Now it's the DH, Luis Guillorme. Karinchak, he's known as a reliever that excels in really tough situations. Those high leverage spots. It seems like he's at his best in these situations, and obviously the ability to get the strikeout factors in. 1-2 here. Swing and a pop up in foul ground. Ramirez pulls it down, and there's one down.
Yeah, there's certain guys that expect to come in and dominate, and they see the challenge, the battle just a little bit differently. They trust their stuff, and they believe that their stuff is better than that guy standing in the batter's box, what his swing, what his ability is.
Kicks and fires. Line drive, makes the grab, and there's 2 out. The mental approach is a big factor too, isn't it?
Yeah, Boog, it is. And, you know, for each guy, it can be a little different. Some people consciously work on focusing, slowing things down, breathing techniques. And then there's some players that are just natural, and they just seem to be more composed and less excitable.
2 outs. That misses the zone. It's 2-2. A lot of times with relievers, they just like to get amped up, and they're not really looking to swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Didn't quite have enough. Royals go down 1-2-3. They trail it here 4-2. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, all set to start the 9th in this one. Now here is Jason Dominguez. The 3-1. This one high in the air to left center. Coming on is Pham to make the play, and there's one down.
Now batter, third baseman.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Jose Ramirez. The wind of the pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Kicks and deals. That one missed. Down and in, moved his feet. The pitch. On the ground to third. Suarez picks it up, sends it across to first, and Ramirez is set down.
Good sinker low in the zone right there, and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Conley.
Now it's going to be Patrick Conley.
This kid is so special.
He's a shortstop by trade and big time power. Hammered, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Well, I think we need to take another look because that was mostly a blur off the bat, Singy.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to track it initially, and that ball was just scorched. And StatCast telling us left his bat flying at 119 miles per hour. And I'll tell you, as a fielder, you're just happy when those are hit at someone else.
Next to hit, Shohei Ohtani. And the right-hander deals. And that one wrapped foul. And the pitch. Stays alive. And the pitch. And there's a fly ball deep right field, way back there. And gone. Shohei Ohtani goes deep. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they tack on to their lead. It's 6-2. Singy, he's been red hot.
Yeah, another big swing of the bat for him. Man, he is really seeing the ball well in this one. So impressive how he was able to go down and get this fastball, but yet get it up in the air, hit it far enough to get out of this ballpark. Two outs, nobody on. Next is switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell.
Right through there, got it. And the inning is over. Cleveland with a pair on this blast. Now a 6-2 ball game. And welcome back. Last chance for the home team. And to the plate for Kansas City, Jonathan Schoop. The Royals in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. Right-handed reliever. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it. Well, a real nice performance out of the pen. This guy is not the one who usually gets the final out, but extended his role a little bit and helped his team get the win. He got the save. Nice job.
And your final 6-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us.